Right, AB color marker.
I'm George H. Xanthis, and I play John the Apostle. I always say John the Apostle because when I got the role, my agents told me, you've landed the role of John, and I'm like, oh no, John the Baptist. I was like worried that I would like die or something like really soon into the series. So grateful to be playing such a cool character. Where does John start in season 1? He's basically just a fisherman. I think my first line is legit, go get caught in a net, and just walks off. And it's like really cool. Like I like that John is introduced as, you know, just going about his business with his brother and his dad. They agree to help Peter and Andrew with their like debt problems and see if they can catch some fish. And they're like, this is kind of impossible. And then this rabbi walks by. Before you know it, there's thousands of fish that appear out of nowhere. And James and John are awestruck. They've read that something like this could happen soon. And when it happens in front of them and this man calls James, John, come along as well, they are just like, we have a moment where they turn to their father and Zebedee's like, what are you kidding? Go. Like, and that's the famous Zebedee line of go, go. The Jesus-John relationship is an interesting one because the journey that the writers have kind of inspired with John is that he is a son of thunder and he turns into the disciple of love or the beloved. So he's not there yet. Like I'm the best at their work in all of the disciples, and I can get stuff done and he can always rely on me. But because I'm young and I'm a bit temperamental and I will often shout out and say, can I have this? And, you know, get a little bit ahead of myself. Jesus is like, okay. And there's literally a scene, James and John ask Jesus for this. It's kind of infamous, right? It's like kind of an extreme thing to ask for, to be two of your most important people. And can we be visible, please? I like that John, me as John in that moment, where character and person and actor blend, I felt icky in that moment. And I think that was important because John was like, I don't know if this is what Rabbi was saying, which is showing he's learning. I think it takes Jesus to say to him, now turn that around. Don't look at yourself for a second. Why don't you turn that lens around to everyone else? And then it like opens his eyes. It's like a revelation. And I think it's in that moment they learn the same lesson that I learned, you know, in my real life, is that it's important to think about how you can serve and not how you can take. I applied that in my acting life where I was, you know, I offered lots of self-tapes for other actors. I would share scripts of jobs that I'd been for. And in some instances, people landed jobs based off of that. And I started to get really happy about being able to serve and help people. At the end of season 4, it's kind of the roles have switched a little bit. John's like, hey, stop. Judas, come, sit down. Let me just give you a couple of pointers. I went to Jesus thinking that I knew everything and it didn't quite work out. This is kind of the penny dropping for John. That leads into season 5 in Holy Week. John is now listening. Jesus realizes, and he says, stay close to me now because you're on the right track. It's almost like when in the Matrix, it's like when it's like Neo, now it's time to start your training. You know, I think that's when Jesus says to John, do you see that moment? Did you feel that? That's what I'm talking about. I do believe that there is a rule of the universe of life, which is love. And so I think I encapsulate a lot of the thunder, but my number one reason for anything being done is love. So maybe I'm more beloved than thunder.
Hey, it's Jordan Ross. Thank you for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a second, be sure to subscribe so you can find out about all of the good stuff we have coming out. Thanks for listening and have a great rest of your day.